All right, y'all, so before we get into this video, I want to say that I appreciate you for clicking on it and showing us support. If you do like the video, don't forget to hit that thumbs up down below. It does show support to our channel and it does help us grow.
Slowly kisses passing by the river.
All right, y'all, I'm back at it again today with another Madden 21 Ultimate Team video. But today we're actually going to talk about something different. We're not going to be talking about a coin making method or nothing like that, but we're actually going to be talking about, again, something different. Something that I don't really see, like a lot of YouTubers making videos on, and I actually feel like this can be very helpful, especially if you're just starting out, because if I would have been able to find a video like this, I feel like it would have helped me. So I feel like I want to help you just like I would have liked to be helped. But today we're going to be talking about Weekend League, and we're going to be talking about how you can have more success in Weekend League, how I feel that you can get more wins in Weekend League, how to just enjoy Weekend League more often, so you can, it's just going to have a whole new perspective on Weekend League for you. All right, so if you're new to Madden Ultimate Team, you're probably wondering what is Weekend League, which is something that I didn't actually know what it was. I just would go to my home screen and see that I was qualified or that I wasn't qualified, and I never even knew what it was. So essentially, Weekend League is something that happens in Madden Ultimate Team. It happens every week. It happens on Thursday afternoon till Sunday night. You get 25 games. You can play 25 games. You don't have to win 25, but you can play 25 games and you just play and see how many you can win. It doesn't hurt you to lose all of them, but you benefit if you win all of them. So they have different rewards for different levels of wins. So if you get 2-3 wins, you might get this reward. If you get 7 wins, you'll get this reward. If you get 20 wins, you'll get this reward. So of course you want to get the most amount of wins that you can, but it's not that easy, because in your seasons, like when you play your seasons head-to-head games, you're actually trying to qualify for Weekend League. So the people that are in Weekend League are good players. These are also actually players that you're going to play that might be better than the people in your seasons. These are going to be players that actually play Madden, that this is where they think of Weekend League as a place where you go to show off your talent. You've been working all week in the season, and now Weekend League came, and it's time to get ready for Weekend League. It's time to play Weekend League. This is where the competition is. If you want to get better, you need to play Weekend League every weekend. You need to play Weekend League. Even if you don't necessarily, get all 25 wins or anything like that. Even if you can't play all 25 games, because there's a lot of times where I can't even play all 25 games. But I'm going to play as many games as I can just to play them. It can't hurt. All right, so I might put a little picture or something, a screenshot of Weekend League rewards, so that you can actually see what the real rewards were for the previous week, or for whichever one I can find. I'll most likely put that on the screen for you to see. All right, y'all, I'm not gonna keep y'all waiting. We're gonna finally get into the tips to where you should be more successful in Weekend League. And we're gonna start this off with tip number 1. All right, now these tips are not in any numerical order or any type of order at all. These are just things that I just kind of wrote down and I think that helped me with Weekend League. So again, tip number 1. Tip number one is to actually play when nobody else is playing. Now I know that sounds crazy and like, how can I play when nobody's playing? But just hear me out. So what I mean by play when nobody else is playing, I'm saying like play early in the morning. If you wake up early on Saturday morning, 10 o'clock, 9 o'clock, 8 o'clock, get on Weekend League. Majority of the people are still sleeping. It's Saturday, they were sleeping in. So you're gonna be playing people that are just up, that just happen to be up. So you have a much higher chance of getting placed with somebody that's either worse than you or actually on your level, rather than playing with all the people with God squads and all the people who are at the top of their game and just going to Weekend League to get 23 wins. And they're confident they're going to get 23 wins every week, So you have a higher chance of playing with those people if you play, like I said, if you play early in the morning. You can play late at night. A lot of times though, late at night, like depending on how late it gets, it is kind of hard to actually get a game. Like when you're searching for it, it's hard to actually get in a game. But if you can get in those games, majority of the time, the competition is going to be way lowered so that you can actually perform well and get more wins in Weekend League. All right, so for my next tip, it's really just play what you know. Weekend League is not the time to go out here and experiment on a new playbook or go and, test out this new meta. Weekend League is where you go to play to, again, show off your talent. So when you go into Weekend League, use that playbook that you know like the back of your hand. Use that playbook where you know on 3rd down and 6, I know I need to run this. On 4th down and this, I know I need to run this. On first, like you know your plays, run your playbook, use your players, run what you know works. It's literally that simple because there's no need to try to switch it up. You switch it up in seasons, and that's when you prepare for weekend league. But once you get in weekend league, it's not the time to just experiment. And you know what I'm saying? Just stick to what you know. All right, so another weekend league tip that I find very helpful is play to win. Now, play to win, I mean like play smart, You don't have to throw the ball 90 yards every down. You don't have to get a touchdown every down. You can take the little 3 yards, the little 4 yards, the little, you can take those here and there and then lead up to maybe you can build up a play action if you run the ball enough. Or maybe you can, it's different steps to it. You don't have to just get everything in one play. On 4th down, if it's 4th and 23, punt the ball. I know it's gonna hurt your ego, and I know it's Madden, and I know you're not wanting to punt, but punt the ball, bro. You're already on your 20s. Just punt the ball. If you don't get it, which you're probably not, again, it's 4th and 20 something. You don't get it, and now they got the ball on the 20, and more than likely they're gonna score. And worst case scenario, even if they don't score, they still get a field goal. Now they're up 3 points that you don't have. So kick your field goals. Kick your punts. The same thing, kick your field goals. If you're going down and you get stopped at the goal line, don't let your ego get the best of you, like, oh, I have to score. No, kick your 3 points, kick your field goal. It's okay. Like, those points come back and help you at the end of the game. Like, those games wouldn't be so close if you would have took your field goals earlier in the game. So I had something in my eye. But yeah, if you take your field goals early in the game, they'll pay back later in the game. Those close games where you lose by 1 or 2, if you would have kicked that field goal, you would have had 3 extra points on him. That can make it a 2-score game over a 1-score game. It's different levels. So just play to win. Play smart. Don't feel like you have to score on him because he scored on you, or you have to throw a deep post because he threw a deep post on you and it happened to work. Just calm down, play your game, and be smart. All right, now this is a tip that I feel like a lot of people don't address when they're addressing Madden and how to be better or win games more, and that is running the ball. A lot of people do not run the ball. Everybody feels like they have to drop back and be the next Patrick Mahomes, and they want to be able to scramble out the pocket and throw on the run dot. And that's cool. That looks really good, and it's really fun to do, but you also need to know when you need to put the ball on the ground and run the ball. Some people don't know how to stop the run, but if you can run the ball and you have a good run game, you're going to be good. If you can have, you need to get your team to where you know what they do. If you have offensive linemen and you know that you pass the ball, get pass blockers. Don't get run blockers. Don't get directional blockers. That doesn't make sense. Get pass blockers so that you can have better time back there when you're trying to pass the ball. But you also need to have people that can directionally block for when you run the ball. Your run game needs to be decent. It doesn't have to be great, or it doesn't have to be just as good as your passing game if passing is what you do. But again, you need to make them respect the run game. Don't be scared to run it 2 downs in a row. Don't be scared to, especially if it's working. 9 times out of 10, when you run the ball, it usually works. You just don't go back to it because it's not as flashy. It's not as many yards in one play. You can break out for a run, but people don't expect it to break out. So yeah, just run the ball. Run the ball is okay. Running the ball is okay. Putting the ball on the ground, keeping it steady, it's okay. All right, y'all. Now, this is a tip that applies to anything. This is any competitive sport. This is not even just Madden. This is real life. This is a tip that I've learned. All my coaches preached this to me. My dad preached this to me playing sports growing up. And that is that defense wins championships. You cannot outscore somebody. Do not go out there with the intention of, I'm just going to outscore him. Every time he scores, I'm going to score, because that might not work. Some people play really good defense. If you can play really good defense, you can stop them from scoring. Now, I'm not saying you don't need offense or offense is not important, because again, you cannot get points without having offense, or actually you can turn defense into offense with pick sixes, but again, you still want a solid offense. But your defense is your core. Your defense is the people that you want to be out there doing the dog work, getting out there, diving for catches. If you need to put abilities on your people, there's so much stuff that you can do on defense on the other side of the ball. People think that it's all about scoring, but if you can stop your opponent from scoring, all you have to do is score 1 time. If they can't run the ball, they can't pass the ball, they can't do anything on offense, then you're good. Just think about if that was you. If somebody else was playing really good defense on you and it makes you uncomfortable, you throw picks, you get sacked, it makes you play out of your comfort zone, and it makes you play how you don't want to play. It makes you play my game, no longer playing your game. So if you can play defense really good and get people out of their head and get them out of their game and make them play your game, you're going to be good. Defense wins championships and offense sells tickets. All right, now this tip is kind of blunt and kind of straightforward, but I hate to break it to you. You're not top 100. I'm sorry. I mean, you might be top 100, honestly, but if you are, then this tip doesn't really apply to you. But you're probably not top 100. There's a lot of really, really good Madden players out there. There's a lot of people who play Madden every single day that have been playing Madden for years every time it comes out. They've been playing Ultimate Team for years every time it comes. So there's people that just have more experience. Sometimes there's just people that are just better than you at the game. And you can't go out there expecting to get 25 wins on your first weekend league. That's not realistic, and it probably won't happen unless you go out there with a team that's, you know, like, I mean, and even still, it's still people out here that have really good teams and are not winning 25 games. So don't expect yourself to win 25 games. So I guess this tip is don't be too hard on yourself, you know, cut yourself some slack. Now, it's okay to lose games because, again, you don't lose anything from them. You only gain packs if you win the games. So, you know what I'm saying? Just calm down. Don't be too hard on yourself. If you lose, if you don't win 10 games this week, it's okay. If you only win 3 games this week, it's okay. I've went weeks where I didn't win any games, honestly. Before I knew what weekend league was, I was just going in there, playing it like a season game and losing every single game. I was literally like 0-15. I never even finished all the games. So it's okay. Just calm down and you'll be okay. Now, this tip is kind of the opposite of that last tip, and that's don't get too cocky. There should never be a point where you get and you're like, oh, I'm about to blast this dude, or oh, his top 3 sucks, I'm about to do him dirty, or don't do that. I do that a lot and it never ends well. I'm telling you, when you laugh early, it always ends late. Like, I'm telling you, when you laugh early, it always ends late. Like, you'll think you're up and then you'll try to throw beaters on him every play and then he'll hook onto it, and now he's done figuring out your offense and he knows he knows your offense, so he knows what defense to run, even on the short plays, and it'll just get out of hand. You don't want to lose games like that, especially when you could have just stayed humble, kept doing what you were doing that was working, kept driving the ball down the field and scoring, and then just making him quit. Like, boast after you make him quit. Talk after you make him quit. And then go into the next game like this is your first game. Don't even, just play every game, keep everybody on the same respect level, and you'll be good. All right, now this last one, it's not really a tip, but it's something that I do. So I figured I'd put it in the video and tell you what I do. And it's very simple, and you might criticize me for this and you might have something to say, but bro, I quit. I'm not gonna sit in the game and let you blow me out 56-0. There's no way, there's no point, and I'm not doing it. I will quit. If I am on offense, and again, he has really good defense, I can't throw the ball, I can't run the ball. His top 3 was way better than mine. They were 6'5" overalls higher than mine. I'm already the underdog. So of course I'm gonna try to play the game, but if he's manning up every down and my receivers can't get open, I can't run the ball, he's blitzing if it's just getting out of hand, he's one play touchdown to me every time he gets the ball, bro, I'm gonna leave. I could be playing another game and making progress towards something else because this game is already over to me. Now, again, I'm not saying that I suggest you to quit, but to me, if you want to to me, I quit. That's all I'm gonna say. I'm gonna leave it at that. I quit. All right, y'all, that's gonna do it for this video. Hit that thumbs up if you liked the video, and don't forget to hit that subscribe button if you're new and you want to see more Madden 21 content. I upload twice a week. My name is Jay, and that's a wrap.